All right. All right. What's up, everybody? I'm John. This is Grant. This is the Texas Cornhole Show. And we've been sitting here talking for like an hour
Yeah.
about random stuff, and we should have hit record a long time ago. But now we hit record and we're going. We're kicking out some content. And I will start putting it on Spotify. We had a comment today. I'll do that. I've been just using YouTube.
John's just lazy, man. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know what this guy gets done, but not enough, apparently.
I know. I feel bad because we did put out an episode last week, and our anonymous donor got us these amazing microphones. I feel like we're obligated now just to kick out content weekly.
That's on me. That's on me.
Was it?
Was it? I'll take the blame.
Okay. Well, I'll let you.
I'll take the blame.
All right. So we have a sort of an agenda today. We're going to talk about ACL, TCL, maybe a little bit of ACO, the three big leagues. I guess that's a question for
The
conversation.
big three.
Do you think we'll have some new leagues popping up next season? Some major league cornhole?
Oh,
games like
yeah.
that?
We might.
I don't think so. I don't think
We
so.
might. Okay.
Has cornhole reached its
Well,
peak?
what we'll say is that there are more leagues popping up, but their leagues are trying to replicate what TCL's doing.
That's right.
So, that kind of stuff. But I don't think you'll see a major league cornhole kind of pop up again.
It would be cool, I think, for all these regional leagues to start up, to grow, and then do the Chad's dream, the conferences, right? Like run it like college, like the SEC, the Big 12.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That
I
would be
think
kinda cool.
I think ultimately we'll probably get there, but it'll take time.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
Cornhole.
All right, well, let's just get into. Well, first of all, let's promote our premier sponsor, AJ's. AJ's is having an event this Saturday. It's a C4C event. And if you don't know, C4C always does fun and creative things. They make cornhole exciting and fun for pretty much everybody. It's not always about who the best player in the building is.
Well,
Not
the
always.
answer is in the name, C4C, Cornhole for Community.
That's right. So he's got deep payouts. A lot of people are going to get paid, which means the top payers aren't going to make as much, but everybody's going to get a chance, or more of a chance to get paid.
Right.
And it's a team event. JD always does a great job at being creative and coming up with new ways for people to play. And this looks pretty cool. I can't make it. I'm going to be out of town, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting here at AJ's too. It's going to be nice and cool in here. It has been. We're going to see what happens when it gets like 104 outside, but
Yeah.
AC's been pumping, man. It's been cool in here.
It's an ice box. Well, I will tell you, Raymond's been working on the AC a lot, and there are some upgrades with the AC. So we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay this summer.
Cool. Well, yeah. I think it was a team event this weekend though. You come, sign up, play, and you get assigned to a random team of 8, and you compete as a team with people.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, you can look it up on Scoreholio. The information is there.
By the way, it's BYOB.
Always BYOB.
BYOB. Can't beat that.
Yeah. There'll be a great day at AJ's on Saturday, and I don't know what number the day is. Like, today's the 21st. So I think the 25th, May 25th.
That makes sense. Yeah,
is what I think it's going to
yeah.
be. All right, cool, man. Let's jump into ACL. So ACL had the thing where they had 4 people made it to the finals, and then they had the finals a week or two later in Las Vegas. Jeremiah Ellis, everybody knows I'm a big fanboy. I'm an Ellie, dominated.
Professional glazer.
Yep, I'm a D1 glazer. And Ellis just kicked ass. He got first place in singles, and in the national, he got first place in doubles. With who? Who's his partner? Who's his partner, Grant?
You told me, and that's the problem. Hart, right?
Ryan Hart.
Brian Hart.
Ryan Ryan Hart.
Ryan Hart?
Yes. And both, because it was the 4 total matches. They had 2 matches, and Ryan won with the bags in his hand against Jamie Graham and Devin Harbaugh.
That's awesome. No, that's really cool. So obviously, those that do listen to the show know I make my comments.
You made a comment.
And I made my comment, and I actually had Jeremiah reach out to me and let me know that wasn't a very nice comment.
Yeah, and then they went out and won.
And they went out and won.
Yeah.
So give me 10% because I obviously motivated somebody.
No.
No, I mean, in all seriousness, congratulations, guys. And Ryan Hart, you just helped cement Jeremiah in the top player in the country conversation with that doubles victory. So
yeah, and again, it wasn't really Ellis, dude. Ryan Hart threw great. I mean, of course, Ellis had to too, but it's not like he was carrying.
Right? No, I get it. So I mean, that's really cool though. That's really cool that they went out there and had success together. So hopefully they can have continued success.
Yes, and then in that national double, oh wait, was it shootout? I don't know. Braden Wilson, he got, I believe, third. So he's a
Okay,
Texan, right?
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a young Texan too. I think he's like 14.
a lot of fun to watch. He was with AJ Sims in doubles in the Open, and he was the top finishing Texas team in the Open doubles that also happened. So there was a national, there was a shootout, and there was an Open. So
Right.
there's three big tournaments. Braden Wilson was one of the top Texan guys in both singles and doubles in doubles with AJ. But the number one Texas guy, without question, Gavin Cano. He was third in the national singles. He was third in the national doubles. He was third in the shootout, and then he got second in the bracket in his bracket and Open, which is by far like the best performance out of any of the Texas guys.
That's awesome. Yeah, Gavin Cano is just carrying the flag, as you were saying earlier.
Yeah,
Um,
combined performance. I guess you could say Braden Wilson placed higher because he got second. I think he got second.
but with all this being said, we started having a conversation once we were talking about these results and how people did.
Yeah,
And I think cornhole is at the point right now where it's had to be done this way. But what do you think about a national and a pro shootout and an open, all these things being ran in the same weekend? I mean, do you think that a national should kind of be on its own and an open should be on its own, a pro shootout should be on its own? Because you should get different winners where right now it's, hey, Gavin Cano, you show up and you have a bad weekend. That means
yeah.
you suck in all of these
I
events.
know. Like, what if he was under the weather? What
Right.
he just wasn't feeling that great? I mean, everybody could have the same excuse, but you have one bad day when you have these, or one bad weekend when you have these three major tournaments going on. I mean, it puts a lot of extra pressure on the players. I'm not sure that I understand why it's necessary for the ACL to have these three events all at the same
Well,
time.
you kind of have to. And let me make the argument, I guess, from the player's perspective. When you're talking about your pros being spread out nationally instead of something like the NBA or NFL that has their teams, city by city where they schedule to play games against each other, um, there's not enough money that these players are, accumulating through sponsorship or through winnings or through their regions or whatever it is, to justify the travel to go play in. Hey, I'm spending X amount of dollars to only go play in a pro shootout this weekend. I'm spending X amount of dollars to only go
Okay.
play in a national. So
Yep.
I think that's just where the game is right now. But long term, I would hope to see these events kind of spread out a little bit because, again, I got a jammed middle finger and I suck all weekend in all three events because of one weekend.
Yeah. And for some of these people, it's like their only way they're making money.
Yeah.
So it's goes to show you that, if you're going to be a pro cornhole player, jammed fingers are a bad thing.
If you're going to be a pro cornhole player, you better be on it if you're going to go play.
Yeah, so that was a big weekend, a huge weekend for a lot of these cornhole pros out in Las Vegas. Looked like a lot of fun, man. I mean, Vegas is a fun city.
Yeah, I had Chase sending me some pictures out there trying to show off, and it's like, dude, get alive.
So, okay, not a Texas player, but I couldn't help but notice that a dude named Quinn Reeves won shootout doubles and the open doubles with different partners. Wisconsin guy. But did you hear that name before?
No, never heard that name before.
Well, Quinn Reeves is pretty good at cornhole, or he had a hot weekend. Right, we'll see if he can keep it up.
Didn't we have what was the last name, Clemmer or something, last year or 2 years ago? Just make a splash one big event and then
Yeah,
have it like beat Trey Birchfield.
yeah,
That we never heard from.
yeah. It happens, right?
Hopefully, Quinn, you stick around. I like your name.
Quinn Reeves. Yeah. All right. Cool. Okay. The other thing to talk about this ACL event, we had one
And
of
we don't
our.
want to talk about it, but we have to.
We don't want to talk about foot fouls anymore.
We're over it.
I'm over it, but they happen, bro.
And there was a big game between Texas player Logan Chamberlain against non-Texas player Jacob Trzynski.
My cousin Trzynski.
And Trzynski got called on a foot foul, I believe, three times,
We just
three occasions.
we actually went back and sort of watched the game.
Right, right.
It was so
chopping it up and laughing
yeah.
as the game was kind of going on too. So the first one happened. The foot foul was called, but nothing was done about it. Correct? There's an airmail drag. No
So
points. It was just counted as a wash, but it was like his warning. That was his warning.
he got one warning. That's how it's supposed to work. And I think it's important to note here that it does not look like Logan called an official.
No, according to the broadcaster and whatever's kind of going on around him, that the official was just there.
Just an
Roaming
official
and ended up
starts
there and was there.
officiating. Yeah.
Yep.
So an official is officiating, And Trzynski, who has an athletic move, he kind of jumps and he's off balance a lot of times after he releases the bag, and he goes over the line, gets a warning.
Right. So it gets a warning. Essentially, he lands his plant foot past the line, but then keeps his body weight going forward, where his back foot lifts up, which makes it an illegal throw.
Yep.
So that's the first time. Second time it happened, he shot an airmail. He missed the entire pile, so it didn't matter that he foot fouled because he didn't touch another bag. But to note, one bag of his that was hanging in the hole definitely looked like it was about to fall.
Yes, it banged the board, so the bags kind of moved, and it did
Right.
look because he had
So-
two bags like in the hole, kind of.
So then you get into the whole conversation. Does it matter if it disturbs the bag? Does it have to touch it? Did it disturb it?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Apparently, the rule is it has to touch because the official even talked to Logan about it. Logan's like, "What gives, man? Those
Logan's
bags should
like,
be
what if
out."
the bogs? Logan was like, what if the bags fell?
Yeah.
Then what? Then what would happen? I don't think that official probably had an answer, but he was just like, the bags didn't fall, so we're not worried about that.
All right.
So
Yeah.
then Logan had to board his and hope those bags didn't fall. Did so successfully. And the third one was the big one.
Yeah.
Third one was the big one. So Logan goes in, throws a 12.
Yep.
Jacob's got a bag hanging. He's up 17-11.
Yep.
Goes for an airmail drag for, I mean, to me, it was just a cocky ass shot, but
The
he hit
balls on that
yeah,
kid. Yeah.
but he hit it.
Yep.
But he also tried to make a point to not cross the line with his back foot.
Yep.
But he drug his foot past the, he didn't lift it.
It
He
didn't.
drug his
I mean,
foot
honestly,
past the line.
Yeah. So his foot is rolled over. So now we're talking like the top of his foot, and
he
that
creased his J's on that. Though.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I guess it kind of went past the line, and the ref, or do we call them umps? What are these guys?
I don't know.
Officials.
Guy with orange thing in his hand.
Yeah.
He,
the official's like -6, Jake.
yeah.
You threw a 6 right there. He had a nasty airmail drag, and the official says, "Okay, well, 2 of those bags come out of the hole. You got a 6. It's now tied at 17-17."
And Jacobs, making comments that you kind of hear on the live feed about how it's stupid, yada yada yada. And they keep it playing. They keep it playing, right? Well, we go on, and and I will note on the very first frame that Jacob did foul. Logan was definitely aware that there was a ref there and made a point to say, "Hey, he's violated the rule."
Yeah, yeah. Logan was calling him out all times. He was pointing down and being like, "He's fouling," right. And Logan should.
I mean, it's part of the game. It's part of the rules.
Follow the rules,
and
man.
If you can not let it bother your own game, then why not?
Yeah.
So then they throw the next frame. I believe they watch 12s. They could throw on the way back. Logan threw a 7. I think he missed a pushback off the back, and then Jacob made a bag to get 5 on that. Game over.
Yeah.
Jacob walks away. Doesn't really want to do the knuckle thing. Logan called him over. They did the knuckles.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. Jake originally starts just leaving.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done with this. He was so mad. Yeah. You see him shaking his head, but that's got to be tough. Like, you're getting called out on foot fouls. You get a -6 to tie the game at 17, which I call the end game. But he stayed in it and won the game.
I mean, the whole game, I mean, Jacob was dominating the whole game. He was dominating the whole game. And then to almost feel like that game's going to get stolen from you over a foot foul, but hey, you were foot fouling.
He was foot fouling.
So it is what it is. It's part of the game. So it's kind of like what the refs were trying to do to the Mavs, trying to make it go to game 7, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. PJ is going to end this thing.
Doesn't matter. All right, so we got... Want to talk about TCL a little bit?
Yeah, we can go into TCL. You're hiding your notebook from me.
Well, first we got 2 things to talk about TCL.
League Championship coming up.
All right, let's kick it off with that.
League Championship coming up in Choctaw. All the hotel rooms are apparently sold out, but the event isn't. Ooh, what could be happening? I have no idea.
Not enough hotel
anyone
rooms.
has any idea. No, and that could be part of it.
I did the math. That's not enough hotel rooms.
But
nobody's gonna go and get a room and not play.
You would think, right?
Yeah. So
Thursday they had the kickoff events in the afternoon. They had the league, or they have the Tournament of Champions, which is essentially if you have won a tournament in any division before the league championship, you qualify to play in the Tournament of Champions. You get to pick your partner and just play in it. But again, it's just to pick your partner. You can go show up and play. It's just special qualifications for it. They have some other events going on, and then they have Top 100 that night, which is the big TCL kind of finale. So that's going to be a draft-style tournament for all the people that made Top 100 in points. And TCL will be doubling the payout for that event. whatever is put in the pot, it will be doubled. So it'll be pretty cool. It's gonna be Crew Cup for 4-man teams, and we'll see how many teams kind of get formulated for that. Um, and then you're going to have the league championship events, which is essentially a signature series, but has extra stakes on it because you being a league champion just gets you an extra title, essentially, besides being just a signature series champion. I should know, back-to-back singles champion at one point, 3-time double champion, three-peated. We're looking to make it 4 in doubles this next event. We'll see what happens, though. So, that's all cool. That's what's going on with TCL. TCL's top 100 points. Center on top, baby. First, second, third. Case
Yeah.
Lester, Levi Haddock, Grand Upchurch. Let's go.
Congratulations. The third place Grand Upchurch, huh?
Yeah, I had second wrapped up, but I think Levi kind of got lucky with a little technicality. They counted a Ryder Cup event
Yeah.
as a league event for a lot of those players that don't get like in areas that don't have leagues like Levi. He doesn't get to play a league night close to home. And that gave him league points where he wouldn't have had those points at all, and that would have put him in third place. So technicality, guy got second. Good job, Levi.
Congratulations, Levi.
Congratulations. And Levi won the last signature series in singles, so I guess he does deserve to, be up there for sure.
Congratulations.
We also had 9 center players in the top 20.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Man, what bags are they throwing? Oh, I said that. Center bags.
Center bags? Are they one of our sponsors, Center?
Yeah.
Actually provided our amazing soundboard, our Rodecaster Pro.
Yes.
2. So what bags was everybody throwing? What was Levi throwing when he won SIG?
Well, there's actually a comment made. Will sticky bags make a comeback, or will slow carpet make a comeback?
Yeah,
I would like to make a point that Levi Haddock actually won the top division in the signature series singles with greeds, slow greeds.
Yeah.
His greeds are slow. I mean, just complete glue. But that kid throws them hard, and he can make them do some things, and he throws them with confidence. So yeah, I mean, I don't think slow bags have gone anywhere. I think slow bags are always going to have a place in the game, but it's for the guys that honestly, slow bags work for the players that throw all the time. I mean, pretty much every day.
So as Victor Alday Jr., he asked, will slow bags ever make a comeback, right?
I don't think there's a comeback to be had.
They're still out there?
They're there, yeah.
Well, will they ever make a comeback? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I think his point maybe is that like when I first got into TCL, everybody was throwing slow bags. It was board bullies, Republics, Yetis.
But that was the first emergence of carpet bags.
Yeah, they were pretty slow.
That was the first emergence of carpet bags. And then as you throw bags, they get slower. But I think there's still plenty of people out there that throw slow bags. If anything, people think throw fast bags, they'll fall in the hole easier. I'll be a better cornhole player. That works until it doesn't. And you're going to see a lot of the high level guys throwing something that's slower. Even if it's a quicker bag that is so worn out it becomes slow. Mason Higgins, great example in the ACO. His bags are slow.
Yeah.
It may be a fast bag based off of the bag type, but he's worn those suckers out and they are slow.
Well, that the Viper R carpet, I've got some dudes that are starting to get slow.
Yeah.
So bags do get slow over time. I like them a little bit slower.
I just want my bags to feel worn. I really don't care about the speed as long as they have that wornness to them. I don't know how to explain it.
So you're saying there is no comeback because they're still there?
Yeah, there is no comeback. They're right there. We're talking about what,
Man, I think you might be right. I think they might make a comeback. I guess we'll see next season, huh? All right, so let's go talk about some more of these questions that people asked on the Facebook page. Brandon Perez says, is it true if you don't use them, you lose them? Is he talking about stamps? He says, is it true if you don't use them, you lose them?
I don't know what he's talking about.
My only thing I can think of is he's talking about TCL stamps or ACL stamps, and the answer is yes. If you don't, well, I guess you can still play with them and practice with them, but you can't compete with them. And that's happening in December is when the throwing man only, all those bags are dead in TCL events. But you can throw them here.
I don't think that's true. I think it's one more season. I think TCL gave those bags 2 years before they actually become outlawed.
I think it's this December is when just the throwing man goes away, and the 25 guy is good until the end of the 25. But I don't know. Don't quote me on it. I don't know for sure. Check. Go read your player's manual.
Yes.
All right, Cody Daniel. If you play up in singles at SIG, will you be held to the same level in doubles? Oh, that's a no. You can if you're a B. I think what he's asking, if you're a B player and sign up for uh open but pro elite singles, maybe can you still play
Yes,
advanced?
yeah, and the answer is yes.
Yeah, you can always
The
play up.
only time that they won't let you play up is if those events are selling out, and at that point, if you're a C player playing in the Pro Elite division, just for an example, they're going to ask you to go play in your division so that that Pro Elite spot is open for someone that actually is that level of player.
All right, got it. Okay, Baldo Garcia wants to know, will you have a breakdown on the top 100 format? Okay, this is a good question, and I think he's talking about that top 100 draft.
The draft?
I think that's what he's asking.
If you're speaking on all in all in general, TCL does takes your events for all season, and takes your top finishes. I think it's your two top leagues, your three top singles, your three top doubles, your three top switch holios, and then your two or three top signature series in singles and doubles, and then the points values, you get all that, place you into your list with all your players to put you in one to, a million, but the top 100 is what we're talking about here. And then for the tournament, the top 100 will be, we'll see how many people sign up, but let's just say all 100 people sign up. Then we're going to contact the top 20 players, and we're going to start drafting players. First, the number one seed will get a draft. Let's just say it's the 21st seed, which is the 21st player. Second, Levi Haddock would draft the next person. I would draft the next person. Yada yada yada. It's going to be um, the draft is going to be a snake draft. So hey, if you pick 20th, you get to pick 21st. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty even deal. It's gonna be fun. And it's gonna be a crew cup, one game winners, one game losers. You throw your two bags on your side with your team and do your thing.
All right, right on. Ro Lopez says, is it true you might not be able to step on your throw next season? I think I heard someone say that. I don't think that there's any way corner leagues are going to stop you from stepping. Maybe stepping over the line, yes. If you're saying like stepping over
For
the line,
Yeah, he has to be talking about ACL, right?
I would think so. And I'm always wondering when ACL is going to fix their dumb rule. Like
But
keep.
the problem with the ACL is that it seems like they've made a change or a little modification to the rule every single year.
I know.
Are you just gonna
Come
like
on.
at some point it's either they just got to make the final decision or they just got to give up.
Just admit you were wrong. That
Just
was
sell your league.
stupid. Sell it to who?
I don't know.
I think it's already sold out. But yeah, there's no, I don't think, I mean, of course you can always step, but stepping over the line should be dead. It should never have been a thing. ACL screwed it all up and they should fix it. And hopefully they fix it next season. But according to Trey Ryder, they don't have a rule problem. The rule's fine. It's the officiating is what they need. So they need more officials calling out more foot fouls, which is dumb. And we just watched this whole game where Trzynski's doing his thing, jumping over the line, but then sometimes his foot rolls over, sometimes his foot comes up. Like if the kid just had to stay behind the line, we wouldn't have any of these problems. The game would not have been interrupted 3 times. His airmail drag would have counted. You know what I
Well, and
mean?
then from ACL standpoint, you don't have to pay to have, let's just say they have 40 sets of boards there. Do you need 40 officials? Or do you need
Right.
four officials, one official for 10 boards? But what if he misses one? How about ACL? You just figure it out.
Yeah. The other two leagues have it right. You know, I watched Frank Modlin throw a little bit. He wasn't jumping over the line every throw. It was weird. I don't know.
Maybe
I
he
don't know
knows.
why.
Maybe he knows something's coming.
Maybe he knows. Speaking of maybe he knows, you know how I like to get into wild conjecture and speculation about like what's happening with companies and
Yeah,
ACL, right? Like we know for a fact that ACL bought all Cornhole's intellectual property, which means they bought the company, right? So then we guessed, we don't know for sure that BG was the one like helping with marketing and advertising and probably making the bags, right?
probably. Yeah.
Okay, now here's where I leap with conjecture. I walk into the unknown of guesses. But it's BG must have been told that ACL was going to have stamped boards. So if you guys didn't know this, like ACL is gonna basically,
ACL is forcing all regions that are underneath ACL to buy ACL approved stamped boards
yeah.
for their leagues, or they will not be able to have a league.
And I think it's true on the manufacturer side as well. Like if you're making bags and boards, you got to stamp your boards. right? Well, BG bought a board company
They
earlier.
did.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So obviously they were given a little bit of insider knowledge. Why would they go buy a board company? Well, because ACL is going to make everybody stamp boards. It's, a no-brainer. But I think they bought that board company before everybody knew. Again, wild speculation and conjecture. But when they did it, it was Rain Boards or something like that. I'm like, why are they buying a board company? But I guess it's
Because they're
because
bored.
they knew that ACL was going to be doing the stamp bag stuff. So anyway, Dylan Cernero wants to know, will there ever be a carpet to have more popularity than Herringbone and Viper R?
Yes. What's the next new one?
Yeah, yes. I mean,
Yes. What's the next new one?
but I think my personal opinion is that the material for the Viper R is really, really good. And I think it's going to be around for a long time.
Well, herringbone's gonna be a Yeti greed carpet is gonna be or mercenary carpet is gonna be around for a long time.
Yeah, they're not going to go anywhere, right?
No.
I mean, the herringbone sucks to make as a bag maker because you have to use a liner with it. But I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But will there be a new one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There will be a new one. There's always gonna be bag makers looking for the next best thing.
Yeah.
And then bag makers looking to make the bags that are the next best thing. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and the fabric companies don't really care about cornhole that much because
No.
it's a small piece of their business. So I don't think they're ever going to make like cornhole specific materials.
Unless I mean there is a chance.
I don't think so. The resellers though are kind of focused on it. So they're searching and looking for stuff and showing it to all the bag makers like try this, try that.
Right.
Most of them, too stiff, too thick, too
I
fast.
can't wait till like Ultra uses the Maryland carpet and it just takes off.
That's my one contribution to cornhole. You're welcome, everybody. It's too fast for most people. Carlos Guzman wants to know where the Dallas region is.
That's a good question, Carlos. And there's been conversations about certain people starting up the Dallas region. I think the ultimate hurdle is they haven't been able to find a venue, but I don't think people are looking.
John Bailey. Wait, Jason Andrews gets involved. That's funny.
Yeah,
I heard Jason Andrews was going to spend all of his millions on a cornhole only facility.
millions.
Millions.
That guy's just trying to build his house, man.
Millions. He's so rich with all the bag sales, bro. And the 26 stamp, bro, he's going to be raking it in. Millions of dollars for a cornhole facility in Dallas. By the way, it's not even Dallas. It's Forney. All right. Zachary Morris. Oh, yeah, that's Spotify. We got you covered, Zach. I hope you're listening to us on your way to work right now in your car. Appreciate you tuning in. And, I just got lazy and I got to export twice the video and the audio if I want to go to Spotify. We actually pay for Buzzsprout. So, like, it's dumb that I don't always upload to Buzzsprout and Spotify.
But hey, so that's pretty much the news we got going on.
Did we cover it all?
I think we got a good chunk of it. Well, let us know in the comments if y'all got something else y'all want us to talk about, or if there's any more input on some of the things we did talk about. Summertime's heating up, so we that's our project time.
Can we tell them the name? The name.
Oh,
Or Tuesday
yeah.
night this summer, dude.
Hey, so Tuesday nights this summer.
Let me can I front load this with something? Grant is a creative dude. And every once in a while, he just has good ideas. Right?
Thank you for that. Every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Sometimes you just flat out ignore my ideas because they're not good.
Sometimes, but there's no bad ideas when you're brainstorming. So I get a phone call from Grant and he's like, I got a good idea.
Tell him what time it is.
I could say that part?
Yeah, you can say it.
Like 7 a.m. This is unusual, guys. Like Grant's not a morning person.
Not at all.
And I usually get up around 6:30, but this time I went back to bed. I was like, I'm gonna nap a little bit more and get up when I have to. And I got up. I woke up to Grant calling me. I'm like, oh shit, is everything okay?
Is he in an accident?
Yeah, is everything all right? You need help? No, he just had a good idea.
And that idea, I was so excited to tell him too. I was so as soon as it popped in my head, because it was so obvious. That's the reason.
I know.
It was it was right there. The idea was right there in front of me, but I didn't see it. So we're going to call our summer event the Texas Showdown. The Texas Showdown. And if y'all have input, we're going to do something that's week to week. You have to qualify for something, obviously, and do the stuff. We're deciding if we want to do that Switcholio format, which John is a favor of, but we have the TCL Switcholio stuff going on this summer at the same time too. So I'm wondering if we should go ahead and do some different format.
Like set teams.
Set teams, maybe you could do a crew cup style of event. You get randomly paired up with your crew cup team.
I hate crew cup.
You don't like crew cup?
No, it's so boring. And then like there's way more pressure on each bag. I never get to get into a rhythm.
What if we do like an offhand tournament?
I don't know what that means. Oh, I gotta throw left-handed?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd dominate. I'm basically ambidextrous.
Well, if we got any ideas in the chat, I mean, in the chat, if we got any ideas in the comments, we're open to them. Right now, we're leaning Switcholio type of format.
With a draft, a big tournament at the end.
With the draft, kind of like how the center circuit was.
Yeah.
We'll do your qualifications. We'll pick those qualifications. None of that stuff will be an issue. We'll get that stuff out. But the Texas Showdown, that's what we're working on right now in one of our summer projects here at AJ's. We want to keep it nice and cool in here, have some summer entertainment, and see what we can do.
You know, I had an idea. I haven't shared this with you yet, but I was thinking about what about people that want to challenge each other to cash games and have it, televised or put on our show, and we can do it at the very beginning of every Tuesday event. Get it started maybe at 6:50, 6:45 on the main court, and and then when they finish, then we'll bring the rounders to that main court. But you can challenge somebody. Maybe we tell a little story about what's going on, about
what's the beef?
Is there a beef?
Is there a beef?
Or is it just for,
Well, you
20
think
bucks?
you're better than that guy.
But maybe we should have a minimum, like,
it needs to be at least 50 a hit.
yeah, like a $100 cash game
Yeah.
on the main court with
Maybe 50 a
commentary.
head. I like to go up to that. Maybe it's 100 a head, but I want a serious. I'm calling that guy out.
Yeah, where both guys agree and we're doing a cash game live on the main court. It would just have to be Tuesdays starting at like 6:45.
Do we start it off with fire and ice?
Oh, do you think they would be willing to do it? Rick Ellis is better than Rob Price.
All right,
That's just a fact, bro.
We have a side bet.
Yeah, you'll take Rob?
I might.
Interesting. Maybe we should start out with that.
Yeah, I'll take Rob. How many weeks we got?
Oh, you're gonna trade him up?
I'll be a trainer. Let's go.
You cannot use throw IQ, bro.
I don't need a throw IQ. It's all right here.
That's not a bad idea, though, right? Like, okay, yeah. So if anybody out there is interested, send us a message. Maybe we can set it up and have you guys battle it out for a cash game. And I think the fire and ice kicking it off might be pretty cool. Yeah, it's one of the better ideas I think I've had recently.
Yep, you're pretty smart.
Every once in a while.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate y'all listening to this very, very, very slightly below average show and spend your time with us. And we appreciate y'all. Remember, it's just a game.